Warning, the following content might make you shocked.
Epic drama.
Top 5.
Slapnuts.
Welcome back to the 5th podcast in the Slapnuts in the Spotlight series, episode 5. At number 1 is Catherine Mayer, NPR's newly appointed CEO, facing criticism over her past tweets as a veteran editor accuses the organization of leftist bias.
Got some more breaking news right now. I want to get to it. NPR has suspended a senior editor who publicly criticized the network's liberal bias.
In recent reports, the Daily Mail reported that Catherine Mayer has sparked controversy after a resurfaced clip from a 2021 panel discussion hosted by the Atlantic Council revealed her calling the First Amendment the number one challenge in American journalism. During the discussion, Mayer, who previously served as CEO of Wikimedia, the parent organization of Wikipedia, argued that the First Amendment provides a fairly robust protection of rights, making it a little tricky to address some of the real challenges of where bad information comes from. The controversy has also brought to light some of Mayer's past tweets, which include a veiled shot at former President Donald Trump, branding him a deranged, racist sociopath. Apart from her radical leftist political stances, numerous statements by Mayer reveal her involvement in guiding the parent foundation of Wikipedia towards a downward spiral. Her assertion that a free and open Wikipedia, which would present users with various perspectives on an argument, constitutes a white male westernized construct. This perspective sheds light on how Wikipedia has devolved into a repository of fringe leftist ideologies, where any semblance of balance or conservative viewpoints is instantly stifled. Mayer's disposition and leadership at Wikipedia elucidate the platform's transformation from an online encyclopedia into a purveyor of counterfeit news and extreme leftist groupthink. While the future trajectories of Wikipedia and the NPR news media outlet remain uncertain, it is plausible that Mayer's leftist ideology will exacerbate the existing dysfunctionality and misinformation by quelling both conservative viewpoints and those of the liberal left in debates. NPR now ranks among the expanding list of news organizations that have chosen to abandon accurate reporting and journalistic integrity under her leadership. This unfortunate development positions her as a spotlighted figure of disrepute. She is without a doubt a slapnuts in the spotlight.
Slapnuts.
At number 2, Secretary of Health and Human Services Xavier Becerra. Secretary Becerra refused to support any restrictions on abortion. During a Senate Appropriations Committee hearing on Tuesday, Senator John Kennedy, Republican of Louisiana, posed a simple question to Becerra. Do you support the abortion of healthy unborn babies until the moment of birth?
Up to the moment of birth, if the mother's healthy and the baby's healthy, do you believe that there should be the right to abort that baby up to the moment of birth?
Again, I'll give you the answer. I have always supported Roe v. Wade.
But instead of answering the questions, Becerra argued that no one is promoting late-term abortions. The Republican senator responded by quoting Becerra's own words from a press release when he was Attorney General of California. It was clear the secretary did not want to say publicly that he supported any restrictions on abortion, even if that meant appearing to support late-term abortions.
But most people agree
that partial birth abortion is awful. You voted against a ban on partial birth abortion. Why?
So, Senator, here, I understand that people have different deeply held beliefs on this issue, and I respect that. And as Attorney General, my job has been to follow the law. We may not always agree on where to go, but I think we can find some common ground on these issues because everyone wants to make sure that if you have an opportunity, you're going to live a healthy life. And I will tell you that I hope to be able to work with you and others to reach that common ground on so many different issues.
I think we can reach common ground on many issues, but on partial birth abortion, it sounds like we're not going to reach common ground there.
Pro-abortion advocates, including Secretary of Health and Human Services Xavier Becerra, avoid disclosing to the American public that his administration, alongside the Biden administration, supports abortion not only for a woman's right to choose, but also to fortify the abortion industry. This industry amasses millions of dollars by selling the aborted fetal parts of the unborn, consequently enriching political figures like Becerra and the pro-abortion proponents who profit millions by offering the unborn as sacrifices to their deity, Moloch. This inhumane industry, which misleadingly persuades women of all ages to abort unborn children, a profit-driven enterprise centered on the death of the unborn. Secretary of Health and Human Services Xavier Becerra, you're a slapnuts, and there is a special place in hell for people like yourself.
Slapnuts.
At number 3, James Michael Johnson, or Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, Mike Johnson. The Speaker's embrace of Ukraine aid represents a remarkable evolution for Johnson, who voted against funding for the country as a rank-and-file member. But almost immediately after securing the Speaker's gavel, sources say he began to hear directly from critical Republican national security voices, including Donald Trump's former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, who impressed upon him the urgent need to approve assistance for Ukraine in its fight against Russia's invasion. In March, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky lobbied the Speaker directly, within minutes of the House approving a new military aid package for Ukraine. Zelensky offered his thanks to the U.S. lawmakers, and in particular to Johnson for his decision that keeps history on the right track. More recently, Johnson received a key intelligence briefing from CIA Director Bill Burns, who painted a picture of a dire situation on the battlefield in Ukraine and the global consequences of inaction. And Johnson became increasingly convinced the fate of Western democracy was on his shoulders, sources close to him said. Another factor that sources say weighed heavily on the decision-making, Johnson's oldest son was recently accepted into the Naval Academy. To put it bluntly, I would rather send bullets to Ukraine than American boys. My son is going to begin in the Naval Academy this fall. This is a live fire exercise for me, as it is for so many American families, Johnson told reporters. This is not a game. This is not a joke. If Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia and her supporters make good on their threats to force a vote on ousting him as Speaker, Johnson will almost certainly need to rely on Democrats to bail him out. Mike Johnson, I don't trust you. You will never unite the Republican Party. And I think the American public sees through your bullshit. You are a rhino. You are a Republican in name only. And your support is coming from the other side of the aisle, from the leftist Democrats. That makes you a slapnuts.
Slapnuts.
Our direction set. Our course clear. Our momentum growing. We're headed upward, onward, but always staying true to who we are.
In the number 4 spot, Tyson. The food company has enjoyed more than $4.7 billion in contract business from the U.S. government since 2000.
All right, meat giant Tyson laying off 1,200 workers after closing its pork factory in Perry, Iowa, only later to announce 52,000 jobs for migrants.
The company's excuse, migrants are getting the jobs that Americans don't want.
Nevertheless, Tyson Foods grapples with more than just this controversy. A recent viral post alleged that Tyson would employ illegal aliens in its facilities, but a fact-checking source refuted this claim. They clarified that Tyson Foods intends to hire asylum seekers, not illegal immigrants. It appears that Tyson Foods seeks to hire inexpensive labor that will refrain from voicing concerns as the food conglomerate persists in contaminating the environment and its clientele. A post shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, purports that Tyson Food Company is explicitly seeking to hire illegal immigrants. The post shares this information in a photo of white text with a purple background. The post reads, Tyson Foods fires 1,200 American workers so they could hire 42,000 illegal immigrants. Boycott Tyson. According to Check Your Facts, the claim is inaccurate. Tyson Foods said they will hire 52,000 asylum seekers, according to an archived article from Script News. Reports indicate Tyson Foods currently employs 42,000 immigrants. Garrett Dolan, a hiring manager at Tyson's, told Bloomberg, "We would like to employ another 42,000 if we can find them." Well, guess what? They're getting through the border and evading arrest. You're going to find them, I'm pretty sure. Tyson Food. Your organization is typical of exploitation of the environment and people. Maybe we should consider a strongly organized boycott. Tyson Foods and its leadership are the Slapnuts in the spotlight. At number 5, we have Texas Democrat Representative Henry Cuellar. Texas Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar and his wife are facing charges for accepting nearly $600,000 in bribes from 2 foreign entities, as stated in the federal court indictment in Texas. The alleged scheme occurred from late 2014 through at least November 2021. The congressman and his wife, Imelda Cuellar, made their initial court appearance in Houston and were released on a $100,000 bond. They are facing several charges, including conspiracy to commit bribery of a federal official, violating the ban on public officials acting as agents of a foreign principal, and money laundering. In a statement released on Friday, Cuellar asserted his and his wife's innocence, stating, "I want to be clear that both my wife and I are innocent of these allegations." He emphasized that his actions in Congress were in the interest of the American people.
Done is to serve my district, so the answer is no to that.
So that you didn't take any bribes at all?
Oh, absolutely no. Take care of it.
Well, you're a public official. What do you say to the people of your district?
Like I said, I have sought advice to make sure everything was legal.
Cuellar stated that the actions I took in Congress were consistent with the actions of many of my colleagues and in the interest of the American people. Yeah, very similar to what Nancy Pelosi does when she invests in companies before anybody knows about it, okay? And she's not in jail for it. The truth is, politicians, like anybody else, can be influenced by money because they're human. So corruption is nothing new, at least not in our government. It has existed for years. Anyway, according to prosecutors, Henry and Imelda Cuellar devised two separate schemes lasting multiple years to receive bribes from foreign entities, including an oil and gas company, wholly owned and controlled by the government of Azerbaijan, and a bank headquartered in Mexico City. In return for bribe payments from the Azerbaijani oil company, Cuellar agreed to perform official acts in his capacity as a member of Congress, commit acts that violated his official duties, and act as an agent of the government of Azerbaijan. Congressman Henry, you are a disgrace and a traitor to the American people, not just in Texas, but across the United States of America. Unfortunately, you will likely escape punishment due to your political status. However, this podcast, Wake Up America, Wake Up, aims to expose your offenses against the nation. I sincerely hope that you receive a life sentence in prison, Slapnuts.
Slapnuts.
See you later, folks.